Okay, for this image I'm going to run Lightroom Classic. Let's bring that up. Now I've already selected the file that I want to work on. It's an image I took in July 2016 by Flat Creek Pullout just north of town at sunset. So let's go into the Develop module, and the first thing I want to do is go to lens correction, and let's take care of the vignetting, and then let's go up to the basic module. Now for this particular image I want to enhance the colors throughout the image mainly by three tools: HSL, split toning, and calibration, camera calibration, even though I'm going to use a couple of things in the basic panel. So we're going to start out, let's lower the highlights in the image, and next let's also go a little further and darken the image a little bit with the bringing the exposure down. We want to bring out the highlights a bit. So with the basic module done, let's go to calibration, and let's move down to the blue primary saturation slider, because I want to enhance the blues here, but also at the same time I want to enhance the sunlight color in the clouds and then the Flat Creek here. So let's move the blue saturation slider to the right, and then let's move the green primary saturation slider to the right also. And then let's go to split toning, and let's just move this over just a little bit, about like that. Next, again, I want to enhance the blues, and also I want to also bring down the luminance of the blues a little bit, about like that. But let's saturate that at the same time, something like that. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do for the overall image. At this point I want to add one more thing. Let's add a graduated filter in the sky, and all these are zeroed out, so I want to bring down the exposure just a little bit to start off with and bring that to about like that. And I think that's fine at this point. So with the image done in Lightroom at this time, I want to bring it into Photoshop. So let's go up to Photo, Edit in Photoshop CC 2019. And there it is. Okay, so in Photoshop I'm going to duplicate the image by pressing Control J, and on the Mac it's going to be Command J. And what I also want to do is let's go back into Camera Raw, and as you notice, Lightroom's brought out some pinks in the whole color spectrum of the color of the clouds. Kind of interesting, and we may enhance that a little bit, but let's see. Let's go into Filter, Camera Raw Filter, and do a couple things in there. So I want to, again, let's go to calibration. Let's move the blue primary saturation slider to the right, and that looks fine about right there. Now let's go to HSL. Let's go to let's see, orange. Let's bring the blues down just a little bit, somewhere about like that. And let's go back to the basic tab and maybe bring down the shadows just a little bit. something like that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with what this looks like at this point. Now what I want to do after clicking OK, I want to use primarily, I want to go to the sponge tool and use that because I want to create some highlights in some areas that appears to have highlights, but I want to overemphasize that in the image because it will add a degree of depth in the image, turning the image from more of a flat 2D look, and it will add enough depth